Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on Grammar 101. I am Pradip Sengupta, your VNRC mentor, and I'm going to take you through to the nuances of grammar and whatever you need to know about sentence correction and spotting the error problems. I hope you find this session today interesting and it adds value to your learning. Please like our page, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification on our upcoming videos. So we are going to talk about grammar today, and primarily these are the two areas that we are going to focus on, because I think when you think of exams like NMAT and SNAP and IIFT and ZAT, sentence correction and spotting the error, these areas become paramount. So if we know how to ace these two areas properly, your score will be taken to a new high. You will have a score enhancer. These are score maximizers, questions. You can divide your exam into two parts in VA. One is the score enhancer and the other one happens to be the score maximizer. RCs and critical reasoning and verbal reasoning, they are going to be your score enhancer. But you have to score those 6 to 7 odd pointers, 6 to 7 odd marks, and that will come to you through sentence correction and spotting the error questions. Okay, so if you understand the nuances and the concepts right, then you will be able to ace those sentence correction problems in no time and with confidence. All right, but let us understand how we are placed this week. So this is the last lap to CAT 21 from Monday to Saturday. This is how your schedule is going to look like. Every day 10 p.m. you're going to have the classes. Don't miss it, and please put your best foot forward and go for the kill. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about some assessment. So primarily knowledge of grammar, basic rules and the application of it is going to be tested. These are the areas which are going to be tested through spotting the error questions and sentence correction problems. So how does the question look like? If you look at this sample question, you will see that one sentence has been divided into 4 different parts, and you have to identify which part has a problem or which part has an error. So can we just try and read the sentence steadily and carefully? Okay, what does the first one tells you? It tells you way of life were catches in the net, most of the biggest fish in literature, in part because it offers the most heroic or romantic or tragic or most comic possibilities. So if you look at the subject, it's a compound subject because it is, a couple of words coming together, way of life, but together it is giving you a singular feel, hence it is a singular subject. How do we know? Because look at the verb used. We are using catches. When we use S before a verb, we get a singular verb. So this subject uses a singular verb, so the usage is fine. But look at 3. It talks about the subject, way of life. Subject is singular, so the pronoun used is singular. But look at the verb used, offer, right? Don't you think the verb should have been offers because it offers? So over here, we have a problem of subject verb anomaly. So the concept that was tested was subject verb agreement. So it should have read because it offers the most heroic or romantic or tragic or most comic possibilities. So there are a couple of areas as far as the sentence correction and spotting the error questions are concerned, which are going to be of utmost importance. They're going to be paramount, and subject verb agreement is one of them. So that's how we are going to solve the spotting the error problems. This is one way of looking at it. There can be other ways also, which we will discuss in the subsequent questions when we take up different questions. All right, so are we ready to go? Let us go. In the subsequent slides, we are going to talk about different question slides. All right, different question types, I'm sorry. So this question type, it says beneath each sentence, 4 different ways of phrasing the underlined part are indicated. choose the best alternative from among the four. So you will have a sentence which will be highlighted, right? And beneath each highlighted part of the sentence, four alternatives will be given, and you have to choose the best one that fits to the standard English usage. So it is going to be a test of grammar, language structure, semantics, and so many other things. So under such a question type, what are the types of questions that we are going to confront? Let us find out. Okay, let us read this question carefully and slowly. It says, according to a recent study, the number of women in business schools has grown in every academic year since 2015. So look at the underlying part. We are talking about the number of women and the number has grown. So in this part, if you look at the subject, it is important to first of all find out the subject of the sentence. And what does the subject agree with? The verb that the subject agrees with, does it have proper tense? Does it have proper subject-verb agreement? So once we check all these parameters, then we can understand and find out whether the sentence is fine or not. In this case, the main subject is number, which is singular in number. Which is singular. So a singular subject should take a singular verb. Do we have a singular verb? Has. Yes, we do have a singular verb. So what are the options that give us this combination? So this sentence is fine. There is no problem. If you read the first one, the number of women in business schools has grown. The number, singular subject, talks about singular verb has. So this is absolutely fine. There is no problem. So one is okay. But we will keep one in reserve and find out the others as well. We'll try to test the others as well. Okay. The number of women, again, the number of women in business school have grown. So what are we talking about? We're talking about number growing, but look at the verb used. It is plural. Okay. Singular subject, plural verb. So two is a goner. We will not go with two. Look at the third one. It says women have been growing. It actually changes the meaning of the sentence. Okay. It changes the meaning of the sentence to a large extent. We are concerned with the number, but over here, it is the women who are growing, not the number. Okay. So there's a slight mismatch as far as the meaning is concerned. Point number 4. Option number 4 suffers from the same problem, a growing number of women. What are we talking about? Are we talking about women or growing number of women or number of women in business school? So what is the basic idea? The primary idea is we are concerned with the number and not with women or the growing number of women. Okay. So we will stick to the usage of number only. So if we do that, the option that we come across is 1. So 1 is the right option. The others are gone. So it was a concept based on subject-verb agreement. Quite easily done. So if you have your common sense in place, if you know the parameters on which the sentences are to be tested, I think you will get most of the answers correctly. Right? Let us look at this question. ये question तुम्हें क्या बता रहा है देखो. It says discoveries of Homo habilis skeletons in Kenya by Richard Leakey's team and in Tanzania by Tim White indicates that the first members of our genus has had long arms and short legs. So what are we talking about? Again, let us look at the subject. We are talking about discovery. Again, hang on. Is it discovery or discoveries? We are talking about discoveries, which means the subject is plural, right? If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. Do we have a plural verb over here? No, it is wrong. Why? It says indicates, whereas the verb should have been indicate. So all the options showing indicate, they should be eliminated up front. So now we are left with 2 and 4. 4 says does indicate and 2 says indicate. So we need a better option between 2 and 4. 2 is a better option. Does indicate is a bit wordy. This does is unnecessary. Whereas we can absolutely make do with indicate. We don't need does indicate. So between 2 and 4, 2 is a better choice. Hence, we get the answer. It is 2. Discoveries of Homo habilis skeletons in Kenya by Richard Leakey's team and in Tanzania by Tim White indicate that the first members of our genus had long arms and short legs. Why had? Because we are talking about a past event. Past event being looked at in the present. So both the tenses are in the right place. So tense mismatch is a major concern in some of the sentence correction and spotting the error problems. So please have all the rules of tenses, the rules of subject-verb agreement revised before you actually go ahead and write the exams. I would request you to join our app sessions, because in those sessions we discuss at length all the concepts fairly clearly and comprehensively. So please join our app session so that you don't miss any of the sessions that you think is going to be important for you. Okay. With that being said, let us move to our next question type. Okay. In this question type, this is one different type of question that we are going to talk about. Okay. What does it tell you? In each of the following question, again, 4 different ways of presenting an idea are given to you. 4 different ways, and you have to choose the one that conforms most closely to standard English usage. So primarily, you see, we are talking about English usage. We're not talking about grammar. Grammar becomes a subset of English usage. So you have to be a proofreader. It is just like you write a mail, and before you send it to your prospective recipient, you proofread it, you edit it, so that the recipient who would finally receive your mail should not find any flaw in your writing. Similarly, the questions that come across, you should not find, your idea should be to find out the flaws and make the sentences absolutely, correct and precise grammatically, semantically. All right. So it is the English usage which is being put to test and not grammar in particular. Okay, that has to be kept in mind. But having said that, you need to understand the basic parameters of grammar and you must know the rules also. All right. Okay. Let us look at this particular question. Okay. 4 different ways of phrasing the same idea. All right. Look at the first one. The sea contains rich natural resources that wash down from rivers. The sea contains rich natural resources that wash down from rivers. 3 says the sea contains rich natural resources that wash down from rivers. And 4 says the sea contained rich natural resources that wash down from rivers. To the naked eye, the sentence might seem okay, there is no problem. But when you read slowly, you will see that there are some vital differences in all the 4 options. But first of all, what do? We look at the subject, the sea, singular, and we have a singular subject, singular verb contains, which is all right, and it is in the present tense. Rich natural resources that washed down from the rivers. You see, all of a sudden there is this unnecessary transition. Okay, there is an unnecessary change in the tense. We begin in the present tense, then abruptly we change the tense and we needlessly, unnecessarily move into the use of the past tense. This is not accepted. If you begin a sentence in the present tense, stay in the present tense until and unless it is absolutely necessary to change the tense form. So generally it says, the rule says that if you begin a sentence in the present tense, you must stay in the present tense. So there's a tense mismatch in the first one. Okay, there is a tense mismatch. That's why one can be done away with. Look at the second one. The sea contains that resources that wash down. Present tense, present tense. We can stick with it. But let us check the others also. The sea contains rich natural resources that wash down from the river. But look at the problem. The problem is not with the tenses. They are fine. But the problem is with the unnecessary punctuation. This is one single idea. There was no need to punctuate this sentence. So these commas here and there, they are unnecessary. So punctuation was not required. On that ground, you can strike out 3 also. Let us look at 4. Begins with the past tense, ends with a present tense. Okay, past present tense mismatch. Even the 4th one is gone. So what is the option that we are left with? We are left with 2, and this is the answer. Quite easily done. So you should be in a position to analyze the sentences yourself, and you can do that when you have the rules in place, when you know some of the rules, in terms of semantics, in terms of structure, in terms of so many other parameters of grammar. All right, read carefully and then try to zero in on the option that you understand or think would be the right choice. Okay, let us look at one more question. Right now, the sentences are slowly going to get lengthier, but lengthier the sentence does not mean that it is going to be difficult, right? You just have to have patience to read the questions, carefully. Don't get petrified by the length of the question, right? There are sentences which can be longer than these ones, but that does not mean they would have, complex grammatical errors. CAT and other exams are not going to test you on many complicated areas. The areas are going to be very, very common. It's a common sense test. So whatever we have learned in class 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, only those, areas are going to be tested. But the point is we have forgotten everything. And that is why you need to revise all the more. All right. Can we look at this sentence? Let us see. What does it tell you? It says, spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh began his career with a nondescript film, and today he is the hero of a widely acclaimed movie such as Black. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the superstar of the millennium, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and we are talking about his career. 2 says, spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh's career began with a nondescript film, and today he is the hero of a widely acclaimed movie such as Black. 3 says, spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh began his career with nondescript film, and today he is the hero of a widely acclaimed movie such as Black. And the 4th one says, spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh's career was beginning with a nondescript film, and today he is the hero of a widely acclaimed movie such as Black. So how do we find out the error? Okay, again, let us read the very first part. Point number 1, spanning more than 30 years. I would like you to pay your attention on this word. Please pay attention on the word spanning. Okay, spread out, spanning. Now, what is spread out? You must ask yourself this question. What is spread out? Spanning more than 30 years. What has spanned more than 30 years? Okay. Is it Amitabh? How can Amitabh span more than 30 years? It should be something else. Spanning more than 30 years. What? Amitabh's career. So this is a qualifier. Okay, this is a qualifier. But it qualifies the wrong subject. Okay, so we have a problem based on modifier. Right? It is a modifier problem, right? This is the modifier, spanning more than 30 years. Who or what? Amitabh. Amitabh cannot span more than 30 years. Wrong use. Okay, it should be Amitabh's career. So any option talking about Amitabh's career spanning more than 30 years should be you should keep them in considerations. Spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh's career, it's fine. Spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh, wrong. 4 says, spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh's career. So now we have got 2 options. 1 was eliminated, 4 was eliminated. So it's either going to be, 3 was eliminated. It is either going to be 2 or 4. So between 2 and 4, what do we choose? Now, once we have found out that it should be Amitabh's career, that should have been, the proper way of, structuring the first part of the sentence, we move on to the second part. It says began. Look at the verb. Began with a nondescript film. What is nondescript? It means average. Okay, very simple, not very significant. Okay, nondescript film. He began his career with a nondescript or insignificant film, but then he went on to become a hero who played a major role in a movie such as Black. That's what we are talking about. Okay. 4 says, spanning more than 30 years, Amitabh's career was beginning with a nondescript film. Look at the tense. Was beginning. Unnecessary use of the past continuous. When you refer to a past event, right, we stick to the use of the past indefinite or the simple past tense. So over here, the use of was beginning is absolutely wrong. So we get our answer. It should have been option number 2. So that is how the idea is. Let us learn today. आप किसी भी क्वेश्चन को एनालाइज कैसे करोगे, राइट? एक एक पॉइंट को पकड़ करके आपको एनालाइज करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी. सो दैट इज हाउ वी एनालाइज द सेंटेंसेस ऑन डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स, राइट? टेंसेस, prepositions, verbs, subject verb agreement, pronoun use, and so on and so forth. So on these grounds, 1, we know why 1 is wrong. We know why 3 is wrong. We know why 4 is wrong, right? So we have come to choose the best option, that is the second one. Remember, in these exams, galat ya sahi options nahi hote. It's always the best answer. So in this case, the best option is the second one. I hope you have understood the question. Can we move on to the next one? Here we go. Let us see the next question. Okay, let us read this question absolutely clearly, slowly, and carefully. Okay, look at 1. What does 1 say? 1 says, unlike auto insurance. Now hang on, what is unlike? Let us simplify it. Unlike means not like. Okay, which means we are talking about some kind of comparison, right? Some kind of parallel is being drawn. So unlike auto insurance, the frequency of claims does not affect premiums for life insurance. What are we talking about? We are comparing auto insurance with the frequency of claims. Okay, not like auto insurance, the frequency of claims. But over here we have to understand, before we delve into the deeper aspects of the question, right? A parallel can be drawn only when we have two similar kind of objects. Two dissimilar kind of objects can never be compared. So over here, what are we comparing? Auto insurance with frequency of claims. This is X, this is Y. Can they be compared? No. Simple. All right. Again, unlike the premiums for auto insurance, what are we talking about? Premium, this is X, the frequency of claims. So can we compare premium with frequency of claims? X and Y, premium is different, frequency is different. Can they be compared? No. Look at the third one. Unlike the frequency of claims of auto insurance, the premiums, unlike the frequency of claims, the premiums, what are we comparing? Frequency X, premium Y. Can they be compared? No. Look at the fourth one. Unlike the premiums of auto insurance, X, the premiums of life insurance, X or X dash. So after going through the first 3, now we have been able to reach the right options. We're talking about premiums for auto insurance and life insurance, and these premiums are being compared. So the sentence may suffer from the problem of wrong comparisons when we make wrong comparisons. So when the sentence is not parallel, okay, so we must understand that we have to make the sentences parallel. We have to make the sentences parallel. So 1 was wrong, 2 was wrong, 3 was wrong. Why? Because they were unstructured. The only proper structure that we come across in this question is 4. Hence the answer option is 4. Okay, an entirely new concept. That is why analysis becomes all the more important in such exams. So remember, when we do the analysis, okay, you have to be very careful, and you can only analyze when you have the content, when you know the parameters of grammar, right? That is why knowing grammar, certain parameters, they become all the more important, because only when you know them, you can analyze the sentence and you can come home with the right answer option. Okay? Let us look at one more question. Again, as lengthy as the previous one, but are we going to use the same concept? Let us see. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4 different format, but the content happens to be the same. What does one say? The UTI holds rupees 200 crore in loans that are in such trouble that they do not expect payments when due. All right. What are we talking about? The UTI. Okay. It is a body, a financial body. So should it be singular or plural? This should be singular. Okay. That's why the verb used is holds. Okay. So UTI holds, fine. UTI holds, fine. UTI holds, fine. So subject verb agreement is intact in all the four options. There is no problem with the subject verb agreement, concept. It is fine. Now let's read further. Rupees 200 in loans that are in trouble. Loans, plural, that are plural expression referring to loans, fine. Loans that are okay. Loans that are okay. Loans that are okay. Even this concept is fine. There is no problem. In such trouble that they do not expect payments. They means who? UTI. Now hang on. UTI is singular. How can you use they over here? Okay, for a singular body, you must use a singular pronoun. So it should be it. And the verb used should be does. It does not. So since the subject does not have the corresponding correct pronoun, that is why one is wrong. Alright, let us look at the second one. The UTI holds rupees 200 crores in loans that are in such trouble that payments are not expected by them. Look at this pronoun. By whom? UTI. So UTI is a singular body. Why to use by them? It should be it. Again, to is a goner, right? We are using the wrong pronoun. See, the errors are basic. They're simple errors. We just have to read and analyze the questions properly, isn't it? Look at the third one. The UTI holds rupees 200 crores in loans that are in such trouble that it does not expect payments when it is due. When it is due. What is due? The payments. But look at payments. It is plural. How can we use it? So we have a wrong pronoun antecedent connect. What are we trying to look at? This is the concept. Pronoun antecedent agreement. Okay. Antecedent means the pronoun must refer to something in the sentence. So whatever it refers to becomes the antecedent of the pronoun. So payment is plural. We cannot use it. Hence, we have a problem with 3 as well. Look at the fourth one. The UTI holds rupees 200 crores in loans that are in such trouble that it does not expect. It does not. Very correctly specifies and talks about UTI. The payments to be made when they are due. What are due? The payments are due. Plural subject, plural pronoun, plural antecedent and plural pronoun. Hence, we come to 4, and 4 is the right answer choice. First one, second one, third one is eliminated. They are eliminated. Okay, that is how we are going to look at the error correction problems in the exams. If you keep these little things in mind, I hope you are going to do wonders in the examination. You don't have to worry. Just have to have that confidence that grammar questions can be aced. Only I have to know the rules and some basics here and there, and how to apply them. Rules are known by everybody. We know the rules, but the problem is somehow there's a problem that we cannot apply those rules when it comes to the real questions. That's how we are going to look at the questions in the main exams. Okay. Okay. There is another question type. It says the following question consists of 4 sentences. As we have seen, they are grammatically incorrect or inappropriate. What are you supposed to do? Select the option that indicates grammatically correct and appropriate sentences. Let us understand this question stem with the help of an example. Okay. What are we talking about over here? We are talking about more important megacities creates a mosaic of habitats and microclimates from pond-filled gardens to industrial brownfield sites like those dry, hot rail yards in Berlin. First of all, let us understand what exactly is being spoken about. Okay, A talks about megacities, important megacities. And what do they create? They create a mosaic of habitat. Mosaic is pattern of habitats, houses, shelters, and microclimates, artificial climate from pond-filled gardens. Okay, when you fill up a pond and you make a garden out of it, to industrial brownfield sites like those dry, hot rail yards in Berlin. What have you done? You have changed an empty rail yard in Berlin into a lovely megacity. So brownfield means when you use a rather empty premises and you change it into something else. That is brownfield. Brownfield sites are those sites which are abandoned and not used anymore. They were made for some purpose, but then they are not used. So these people are changing these brownfield sites into megacities. All right. But what are we talking about? Megacities, plural. Creates, why? Don't you think it should be create? So megacities create, not creates. Okay. Subject verb agreement. So one is gone. B says in London, the extremely rare start has seen a resurgence, something coming back in surge. Okay, increasing in quantity again and number. In abandoned factory lots, resurgence in abandoned factory lots. Even London is not left untouched. Okay, and on those green roofs, okay, having the roof garden, newly popular with environmentally conscious urbanites. People living in the urban areas are called urbanites, and they have become suddenly environment conscious. Okay, they're making green roofs, and as a result, what has happened? B sounds fine to me, but we will stay till we check C and D as well. We will not mark B at all. C says, for the birds, these spaces resemble the country meadows they can no longer find. So these megacities, they look like country meadows, full of green pastures and greenery and grass. So these birds also come to find a habitat there. Okay, so it's a win-win situation for both the humans as well as the birds. So C also sounds fine to me. Look at D. Peregrine falcons, kind of birds, seem to feel more at home than mountains whence they came from. Now over here, whence is an old English version of where. Whence is no longer in use. So this was a test of semantics. There are many words of English which are no longer in use. Modern English, they have done away with the use of such words like thou, you, we don't use it. Okay, declension, decline, we don't use it. So whence is also not in use anymore. We should have used a better version of whence, that is where. All right. So that is why D is out of contention. We are left with B and C, and the option that gives us B and C is fourth. So fourth one should have been the option, right? So this is how we are going to do these spotting the error problems. With that, we come to the end of today's session, and remember, the enrollments are going on. We have a big Diwali offer coming up. It is for you. You get a flat 25% off on all the courses. You just have to apply this code LIGHTS25 and you will get a flat 25% off on all the courses of BYJU'S exam prep. Okay, we also have a lovely offer for you. It's Diwali giveaway. You cannot miss it, right? The winners There are three wonderful vouchers. The first is a 1,000 rupees voucher. The second one is a voucher worth rupees 500, and the third one happens to be a voucher worth rupees 200. Okay, what are you supposed to do? Follow the steps. Number one, follow your Instagram handle, BYJU'S _ exam prep _ MBA. Second step, share this post using our hashtag Prep Diwali, Prep Diwali, and BYJU'S exam prep MBA. Third one, post pictures related to festive vibes. We are in the festive season, so you can post pictures, okay, ethnic selfie or rangoli, whatever you are comfortable with, using the hashtag BYJU'S _ exam prep _ MBA. You can do that. And the fourth one, please tag your friends in the post and story using the hashtag. And the winners will be announced on the 5th of November at 12 p.m. So please stay tuned. Who knows, you might just win a voucher worth rupees 1,000. Okay? Alright. Last lap to CAT. We have already started the sessions from the 28th of October. Shortcut to CAT. We are discussing, high-powered questions, and these questions are going to be highly probable in CAT 21. So just in case you have not been able to attend the sessions, please make it a point to attend all the classes live at 7 p.m. And also the highlight of the program is increase your marks by 20% in each section. That's it. This is one last chance to ace your CAT and the other exams. Okay, you just can't miss the bullock cart. Do press the bell icon, guys, and get notification for all the new videos. Subscribe to BYJU'S exam prep. Okay. Please enroll now. We have two programs. Although we are just a couple of days away from CAT 21, so last minute preparation we can always do. And for CAT 22, you can join our program. Please call on this number and talk to our counselors for details. All right. Enroll now for the other OMET exams. Okay, the other management entrance exams like SNAP, NMAT, and others. And please get benefited by our live sessions and practice questions and mock tests, and get the expert guidance from the toppers turned mentors who are only available at BYJU'S. All right. So this is our online program, guys. CAT courses are there, other MBA programs are there. We have launched our batch 4 is going on, enrollment are going on in full swing, so you can always talk to our counselors and find out the details. Okay, for CAT 21 percentile booster course, you can get the details over here, and for complete course for CAT 22, you are requested to enroll as soon as possible. Right? This is a team of our experts. They don't need any introduction. You know them already well. And in fact, we have the best team in India who are going to give you the best of guidance for all the MBA related, problems, be it CAT, be it other exams. You can take help of these gentlemen and the faculty. They're absolutely fantastic. Okay. Do like, comment, and share and subscribe. And please don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and you can also download our app from Google Play, and please join us on Telegram as well. With that being said, it's a wrap from my side. See you on the other side of the story. Happy Diwali and stay blessed, all of you.